Great. For your math lesson today, you need to make sure, please, that you have your clock, your yellow clock. You'll need that. You will also need your lesson worksheet and your guided class practice, as well as a pencil, obviously. So let's make sure we have those materials for our lesson today. Now, today what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to tell time to the half hour. So I want you to take a look at my clock here. I know it's a little bit big for the screen. What time does this show? This clock shows what time? It shows 8 o'clock. What time will it be 1 hour from now? Well, after 8 comes 9. Okay, now watch this. That meant I had to go around one whole time around the clock so that I would be at 9 o'clock. Now, I want to show you, if it's 8 o'clock, I want to show you what time it will be 1/2 hour from now. A half hour from now. I want you to watch as I move the longer minute hand halfway around the clock. Okay, and when I did that, you can see that I ended up with the minute hand on the 6. Okay, so the minute hand is pointing to the 6. I moved it in a clockwise motion, and this shows 8:30. You'll notice that the hour hand is pointing it halfway between the 8 and the 9. And the minute hand is pointing to the 6. So let's take a look at another one. Okay. What time does this say? This says 2 o'clock. You're right. Now, if I want to make it say 2:30 or 2:30, my hour hand is going to be in between the 2 and the 3, and my minute hand is going to be down at the 6. What about this time? This says 7 o'clock. Right. So if I want this to say 7:30 or 7:30, my minute hand needs to rotate halfway around my clock, which means down at my 6. And my hour hand is going to be in between the 7 and the 8. This shows 7:30 or 7:30. Let's try one more. Okay, what time does this say? This says 10 o'clock. Right. Now I want it to say 10:30. I have to move my minute hand halfway around. Okay, and now this shows 10:30 or 10:30. When it's 10:30, the hour hand is between the 10 and the 11. Okay, and the hour the minute hand is pointing at the 6. Now, this is all great and fine, but how do we write that using digital time? Well, I'm just going to use the back of my paper for a minute to show you. Remember, with digital time, you have your box and you have your colon. When it's 10:30 the hour, we write the hour first. Then there's a colon, and then you write 30. 30 means half past. Okay? 30 means half past. And right now, it's 10:30 what? It's in between 10 and 11. We haven't made it to 11 o'clock yet, so it's 10:30. So I'm going to write 10:30. Okay? Now, I want you to have your clocks out. And with your clocks, I would like your clocks to please say 1 o'clock. Make your clock say 1 o'clock. Remember, your hour hand moves separately from your minute hand. Mine only moves when my minute hand moves, so that's why it's a little extra squeaky. Sorry about that. Does yours look like mine? Your hour hand should be pointing at the 1. Your hour hand is your shorter hand. And your minute hand, your blue longer hand, should be pointing straight through the 12. That's 1 o'clock. Now, show half past 1. Okay, half past 1. My blue, my minute hand, is now going to go halfway around my clock. So it's going to point at the 6. And because we're now halfway through our hour hand is going to be in between the 1 and the next hour, which would be 2. So between the 1 and the 2. Let's try another one. 4 o'clock. Make your clock say 4 o'clock. Now make it say half past 4. Half past 4. Where does this minute hand go? All the way down to the 6. And notice that my hour hand is now between the 4 and the 5. Okay, what I would like you to do, please, for now, is I would like you to put your clock to the side, and I would like you, please, to grab out your lesson worksheet. Go ahead and put your name on your lesson worksheet. Go ahead and put your name on it. Okay, now, what time does my clock show right now? It shows what? We're at the 6 and we're halfway between the 2 and the 3. Is it the 2 o'clock hour or have we made it to 3 o'clock? We haven't made it to 3 o'clock yet, have we? So it's 2. It's 2 what? It's 2:30 or half past 2. So we need to write those digits on our first clock here. Half past 2. Half past 2. So this is your hour, remember, half past 2. And the 30 means half past. Okay? Now we have to practice writing that on our clock. So, where will my longer minute hand point? It's going to point down to my 6. Okay? Good. And then where will my hour hand go? Where will my hour hand go? My hour hand is going to go halfway between the 2 and the 3. So the best thing that I can say to do is to find about the middle point, and that's where you want to aim for. Remember that it's not going to be super long. It's not long like the minute hand is. It's shorter. So I try to put myself halfway in between the 2 and the 3. I like to make my straight line back to the dot then. I find that easier. And then if you're making an arrow, just put a little arrow there. Okay. Now, I'm going to make another time on my clock for you to find out. Okay, what time does this clock say? Move this a little bit so you can see it better. It's in between the 7 and the 8, right? So it's 7. And the minute hand is down at my 6, which means it's half past 7. So how am I going to write half past 7? How am I going to write half past 7? Half past 7. 7 was the hour. Half past 7. So 7, and what goes over here? 30. Remember, 30 means half past. How will I show that on my clock face? Where will my minute hand go? Straight down to the 6 with little arrows on the end. And if it's half past 7, we know that my hour hand needs to go between the 7 and the 8. And then put just a little arrow at the end there. Nice work. The last time that I want you to look at with me is this time. Okay. Sorry that my space is not bigger here. You can see that my hour hand is between the 12 and the 1, and my minute hand is pointing down at my 6. So it's half past what? Half past 12. It's always the number that's to the left of the arrow. Half past 12. So we need to show half past 12 on my digital clock. Half past 12. I'm going to write it down first so you can see it. Okay, half past 12. That's my hour. So I'm going to write 12 to the left of the colon. And half past, remember that means 30. So it's going to say 12:30. 12:30 is half past 12. Now I need to draw that on my clock face. So, where's my minute hand going to go? Down at my 6. And what about my hour hand? It's half past 12. Halfway past the 12 o'clock hour, between the 12 and the 1. Okay, so that says 12:30. Make sure that your hour hand is smaller than your minute hand, because otherwise it's impossible for us to know and for you to know what the hour is and which one is the minute. Okay? This sheet can go back in your folder. I would like to take a look at it. So go ahead and make sure that sheet gets back in your folder. And then we're going to move right along to our guided class practice. So go ahead, put your name. And the date. OCTOBER. Today is October 12th, 2020. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at number 1. I'm going to move this over a little bit for you, and I'll make this a little bit bigger so it's easier for you to see. Okay, here we go. It says, last week, Leroy ate 5 peanut butter sandwiches. This week, he ate 2 peanut butter sandwiches and 1 cheese sandwich. How many peanut butter sandwiches did he eat? Draw a picture and write a number sentence for the story. Write the answer with a label. Okay, so we want to know how many peanut butter sandwiches he ate. So does it matter if he ate a cheese sandwich? No, that's not important. You can just cross that out. Not important at all. So what we need to know is how many peanut butter sandwiches. So last week, Leroy ate 5 peanut butter sandwiches. 5. This week, he ate 2 peanut butter sandwiches. How many peanut butter sandwiches did he eat? Well, let's go ahead and draw it out. Last week, he ate 5. And this week, he ate 2. Okay? You don't need to get all fancy with your sandwiches at all. You don't need to have the peanut butter oozing out or anything like that. Okay? Now we need to make our number sentence. So how many last week? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you want to put peanut butter sandwich, you're welcome to do that for the label this week, today. Plus 2 peanut butter sandwiches equals how many total sandwiches? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 peanut butter sandwiches. Then your answer will be 7 peanut butter sandwich. Now, why did I get to put PBS? Because the P stands for peanut, the B for butter, and the S for sandwich. Okay, now number 2, you need to number the clock face. So go ahead and number the clock face. 12, 6, 3, and 9. And then go ahead and finish filling the rest of it in. Okay. Now it says, show 9:30 on both clocks. 9:30. Remember, I like to show the numbers with it. 9:30. If something's 9:30, that's going to be 9 what? Remember what half past means? Half past means 30. So it should say 9:30 on your digital clock. And what does that mean for my clock face? Where does my minute hand have to go? My minute hand is going to go directly down at my 6 with a little arrow. And if it's halfway past the 9 o'clock hour, my hour hand needs to go between the 9 and the 10. Remember, you need to make sure that your hour hand is not as big as your minute hand. All right, number 3. The children in Ms. Lee's class made this graph. What fruit did the fewest children choose? Well, let's take a look. Each smiley is equal to 1 child. So apple, we had 2. Orange, 3. Banana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 chose pineapple, and 1, 2, 3 chose grapes. So what fruit did the fewest children choose? Which one had the fewest amount of smileys? Pineapple. So on this line, I need to write pineapple. P-I-N, if I don't know how to spell it, it's right here, isn't it? E-A-P-P-L-E, pineapple. What fruit did the most children choose? Well, which of these numbers is the largest? Banana. So I need to write banana. B-A-N-A-N-A. B-A-N-A-N-A. Then it says, how many more children chose banana than chose pineapple? Well, let's look at banana and pineapple. Look at that one's equal. So how many were left with the banana choice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 more kids chose banana than pineapple. Number 4, we have to write the numbers. So the first number says 34. 3, 4, 34. The next one says 43. 4, 3, 43. This last problem wants you to find all of the sums, and we have to circle the doubles plus 1 facts. So 9 plus 3, remember 1 less than 3 is 2, and put a 1 in front. 4 plus 3 is what? That's a doubles plus 1, right? So 3 plus 3 is 6, and 1 more is 7. 4 plus 5, double your 4. 4 plus 4 is 8, and 1 more makes 9. 2 plus 7, 9. 6 plus 7, ooh, that's a double. How do I double plus 1? How do I know that? Because they're right next to each other. 6 plus 6 is 12, and 1 more makes 13. And lastly, 9 plus 6. Start at your 6, go down 1, put a 1 in front of it, 15. Now we need to circle all the doubles plus 1 facts. Doubles plus 1, that should be easy now because we circled the number that was smaller. So I'm circling 4 plus 3 equals 7. I'm circling 6 plus 7 equals 13. And I have to make sure I circled 4 plus 5 equals 9. Okay. On the back side, You are responsible for this side, okay? You don't need to abbreviate anything. It's talking about pickles on this back side, so that's your label. Name and date, please. Number your clock face. Show 3:30 on the clocks. If you want to write the number next to the favorite fruits graph to help you, like I did on the front, 4 and 5 and 3 and 4 and 2, you're welcome to do that. Okay, answer those questions. Find the sums at the bottom. Circle all the doubles plus 1 facts. You have to do that part, okay? So find the sums, then circle all the doubles plus 1 facts. When you are done with this back side, please make sure that it gets in the folder by your facts and by your lesson worksheet for Monday. Have a great day.